What's up, hobby friends, and welcome back to Paint Bravely, a podcast where you can find a little bit of encouragement, discover new ways to make your hobby more fun, and most importantly, learn to paint bravely. Alright, so get out your stuff, painting desk stuff, get your brushes loaded, as it were, and we'll get into some fun hobby conversation, because that's what we do around here, fun hobby things. So, hey Brent, what you been up to in the hobby last couple weeks?
All right, I got a breakthrough for you today. I learned something new today, Casey. Ooh. I went to a local store that I hadn't been to before called Maine Vintage Toys or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it's mostly Pokemon cards and then Magic cards. Mm-hmm. And then old like Nintendo cartridges, which is pretty cool. And then, card sleeves, card protectors, action figure boxes, and not a lot of minis, but they did have something I hadn't seen before, which is pretty sweet. And I have here,
pretty awesome, yeah.
Yeah, like, ooh, I'm learning something new today. So I have here an Ultra Pro, like the card sleeve company, an Ultra Pro character clamp. Now, this is kind of a little box. It's a better version of storing your individual mini in a Chessex dice box.
Right, which it looks like. It looks pretty much identical to that, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a black base and then a clear acrylic rectangular prism that sits on top. And you put your little mini in there and it's protected from dust and it looks kind of nice. And so the black plastic base has a clamp on it, very similar to a painting handle. Like a GW painting handle that has a little clamp that muckles on to the rim of the base.
Right.
And we've got one of those on here, and then we've got a clear plastic rectangular box that sits on top, and it's perfect size for a 25 millimeter base. A cute little storage option for an individual mini.
I mean, it's pretty nice if you don't have like a storage area. You put a bunch of models in there and
get a couple of these, put these on your desk at work to carry you through the dark times.
Yeah, there you go.
I got a turtle, little turtle druid here.
Turtle druid?
Mm-hmm.
What's that from? Is that a print or?
Yeah, it's a 3D print from when Danny was doing his adventure time. Lost Adventurers. Yeah. Yep. So it's a 3D print of a cute little turtle druid, and she's got her dragonfly, and she's got her staff. And I painted this mini up and used it to decorate my beta tank, and then the internet yelled at me for owning a beta fish. And then I put my beta fish in a nice 15-gallon tank, and it lived there for a few months, and then one day it passed away peacefully, and that was the end of that.
Yeah. Do you ever get any people like, hey, whatever happened to this poor abused fish? Like,
no, after the first week, nobody watched that video. So
that makes sense.
Yeah,
okay.
I could have just returned the fish to the supermarket at that point. Yeah.
It might have been more humane.
No, because when I bought the fish at the store, it was in the smallest cup with like blue water that you've ever seen.
Yeah. More than fair. Yeah. Oh, God.
So
sometimes, man.
Yeah, I've got a cute little mini box. Learn something new. I like this.
Yeah, that's almost the size of a beta fish tank. Like, you're getting close there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is almost exactly the size of the cups that they sell beta fish at old Petco, PetSmart, Pet Quarters. You know what I mean.
Wherever you go to source your betas.
Yeah, your beta fish, which you will abuse in some way or another, according to the internet.
Apparently,
yes. Yeah. Memories.
Yeah. Oh, man. So I was talking to somebody today, actually. This is completely off topic, but they reminded me of a video that I made a few years ago. It's like 3 years ago now, where I did like this really stupid, like good cop, bad cop thing. And like, I went to go look at it again. And I thought like I did this bit for like a minute into this like 20-minute video. And I completely forgot that I like stuck hard to it for the whole time. So it's me like acting like an idiot talking to myself in this weird like interrogation scene, and I'm just like, what happened to me? Like, where did I go wrong? Why am I not making fun videos like that anymore?
Oh, I don't remember that video, but it sounds like a good one. Sounds like
it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't watch my old videos. That's frightening.
I don't usually. Yeah. It was just it was brought up, and I was like, man, I don't remember doing that. Like, I legitimately did not remember doing it, and I'm just like, this is gonna live on the internet forever. You
just got a push notification that says like, "Don't ever talk to the police," and you're like, "What the heck? Why does somebody write that?"
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
Rescuing the worst model GW ever made. What is he talking about? Yeah.
Speaking of which, I did get a model that Eric's Hobby Workshop told me was this is the worst.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's in my case. I gotta paint it though. I don't know what to do with it yet.
You gonna tell us what it is, or is that a secret?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think it's a secret. It's some kind of gene stealer, like one of the original, like thick metal ones. It's this dude sitting in the throne. I'm not sure what the actual model is. I haven't asked him, so I don't know. But it's definitely a gene stealer model. Probably from like the early 90s. Yeah. And it's frumpy. Like, it definitely feels like, I mean, just really early like sculpting stuff. It's definitely green stuff, and it's like they just put all this texture on him, and they made this little like lumpy like peanut looking body, and he's got this giant face, and he's just sitting on this throne that they made, and then there's like a guard that stands next to him. It's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the worst model, but you know,
you make a top 5 video about that. I'm sure someone already has. Yeah, that's probably a Squidmar video. I'm sure of it.
It might have been in that particular Squidmar video. Okay, of him talking about it, like the Nagash, the old Nagash. That's up there for sure. Yeah, it's pretty derpy.
There you go. Well, speaking of cultural touchstones from the early 1990s, do you remember a movie called Free Willy?
I do remember that movie, and I've never actually seen it.
Okay. Did you see Free Willy 2?
I don't make a habit of watching sequels to a movie I haven't seen. So no, I have not. But yes, I've seen bits and pieces of it, right? Like I get it. I get it. Yeah.
Well, some kids, you go to the VHS rental store and you rent whatever's there. Like there's a couple of kid movies there, and you get Free Willy 2. I can't remember which of those I saw, but I was at the main vintage toy stores today, and they had Pokemon cards, Magic cards, and
Nintendo cartridges.
Yeah, I picked up a couple booster packs of.
Oh my god!
A couple booster packs of Free Willy 2: The Adventure Home, and we're gonna do a pack opening here on Paper Brave the Podcast.
I love this so much. Is that like does it say like CCG on it or TCG? Did they legitimately make that?
I don't think it's a card game. We're gonna open them up. We're gonna find these were $1 each. So we put a lot of.
Did you buy all of them for $1 each?
I only bought 2 of them. I bought one of them, and I'm like, no, we're gonna need to stretch this out a little bit longer tonight on Paper Brave the Podcast.
What if you don't get Willy? Like you might not get that rare card in there.
I become the villain from the movie, just hell bent on capturing this whale.
Yeah. You could look at it both ways, right? You could be the villain try to capture that whale, and put it in a card sleeve, forever. Or you're trying to Free Willy, and you're really looking hard, and that was the idea behind this. These kids want to Free Willy. We gotta get this collectible card thing going and open them up.
The thing about captive whales is exactly where they are.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
They're being mistreated at SeaWorld until they attack their handlers. That's where they are. Yeah.
They get angry enough to fight back.
That's right. All right. So this is a card pack. It's 8 cards per pack. It's made by Skybox. It is an official supporter of Free Willy 1995 to 1996.
Okay.
And on the back of the pack, there's a way to adopt Keiko today. Call 1-800-4-WHALES. For those of you listening at home, again, that's 1-800-4-WHALES, and you can adopt Keiko today. And I don't know if this captive whale is still alive and in captivity, but if I call 1-800-4-WHALES.
And also, is it a captive whale? Because I feel like that's undercutting the message a little.
Yeah. The plot points escape me. I don't remember how they got captured again.
Title, but yeah.
And I feel like there was a Free Willy 3. I could be wrong.
I think you might be right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that in a VHS store when I was young. Yeah, now, 95 was a good year though.
Right.
Some of the best movies came out in 1995.
Like what? What do you got?
I mean, I'd have to go.
I want to say Jurassic Park was 93. Like I'm not actually sure if 95 was a good year.
Maybe it was the worst year, and it's just the year I watched a lot of movies. I don't remember.
All right. Well, anyway, here at Paint Bravely, the podcast, this is episode 104 by some counts. So we've been doing this every 2 weeks for exactly 4 years at this point.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's
as
today.
As a special celebration, we're going to open up $2 worth of Free Willy 2 booster card packs. So.
Here are the top 10 movies in 95. Die Hard with a Vengeance, Toy Story, Apollo 13, GoldenEye, Pocahontas, Batman Forever, Seven, Casper, Waterworld, and Jumanji. It was a good year.
Is Free Willy 2 not on there?
No.
Okay.
That's the top 10. I didn't look any further. I doubt that. Yeah. All right.
This is
first
wild.
pack. Is it like a game? Is it an actual game? Like... Spend water. Open the gates.
Okay. The first one is like an animated. It's like a still frame from an animated show I've never seen before.
Animated Free Willy.
And yeah, it's like some villains I don't recognize at all. And the name of the card is Get Willy.
Oh my god.
All right, next.
Okay. There's a kid.
Next is a kid who I can only call Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I don't think it's him. It's called
95. It's 50-50. You're fine.
Yeah, he's got JTT's hair. I know that. He's wearing the same shirt I'm wearing right now, but it says Get Help. So we've got Get Willy. We've got Get Help.
So Get Help. So you need to get a help card, dude.
Yeah. Elvis lends a hand.
Okay.
We've got a man in the water and a man on the dock trying to pull the man out of the water, and then a third man is kicking the first man in the butt to try to kick him into the water. Right. Elvis lends a hand. It looks like Elvis is about to fall into the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the special
rare
card. Pull?
That's the rare
right
pull.
in the middle somehow.
All right. Into the fire. We got a boat in the fire. Willy's brother. This is a picture with 2 whales and a man with a baseball hat. And we've got orcas in the wild. Yeah. Okay. So this picture of a whale. We have true contempt for our audience here at Paint Bravely, the podcast, and we
look. If you've been here for 4 years, I mean, this is kind of
what you're getting into. This is why we told you to start painting something when we started this. And if
I did. I did say that.
If you've been devoting your full attention to this is your fault. Yeah.
I mean, if you're walking your cat and this is what you're listening to, then I hope you're having a good day.
Get out there, get some sunshine. Yeah, whatever you're doing. Yeah. All right.
So the rare card is it foil? Is it?
Okay, I do have a foil actually.
Oh my god.
This is a foil. It's a full frame art.
Oh no, it's like a multi-card. Like you're missing the front and the back of it.
It's a foil. It's full frame, and it's just like a close-up of part of the whale. It's a close-up of like their fake eye patch. I don't even see the eye in this photo.
Not even the eye in the photo. It's very educational.
And the back, the beluga is the smallest species of whale, averaging 18 feet. Okay, so it's just whale facts. The largest is the blue whale, who can grow to a length of 100 feet. This has nothing to do with the
actual
foil
the
image
picture.
on the. Okay. And the foil pack for these cards said that there was one pop-out card in each set, which seems to be this.
Oh, he's actually, so you're pushing it from the back.
This
and
card
it's
is
popping
perforated,
out a piece of
and there's a little crease to it. And talking about things to put on your desk.
I mean, that's got to live on your desk from now on, right?
Yeah. Okay. So this is a freestanding cutout image of 3 villains who I've never seen before. We've got a man. We've got a man with like a cyborg eye who's piloting a mini submarine, and there are 2 Giblins following him around, and the submarine is holding 3 40-gallon drums of what appears to be nuclear waste in some little arms, manipulator.
And so they
arms.
thought, yes, this is definitely the collectible cutout card that you want to display on your desk.
Yes. All right.
And with zero context, yeah.
All right. Once you pop, you can't stop. Dude. We're going deep. We got one more card here.
Sound brings me back, man. Like
I gotta get Willy.
Pack opening.
I got the card Get Willy, but I haven't gotten Willy yet. Yes.
You haven't gotten Willy. You might have to make a trip back to the store. I mean,
price is no object. Do you have any more of these booster boxes out back? Like,
I mean, yeah, like 36 packs a box. Like, that's a deal.
By the way, this store was actually doing pretty good business.
Yeah.
And we're used to these stores having a lot of people who look like us in them. The store had a lot of young families in them. Like a lot of sense. Like, yeah. You would be the father in the situation where you walk into this store, Casey. Yeah.
Trying to show my kids like what VHS was like. Like, no.
Right.
This is a VHS.
Yeah. It seemed like a lot of it was motivated by the kids, like, come to the store and buy me Pokemon cards kind of thing. Like,
I mean, that's their draw, obviously, but their long game is free Willy packs. Like, you clearly need to. Did you get Willy? No, you'd say
no. Potential dangers, and I think this is the scene. Like, I think I remember this. Like, these 2 pre-teens kissed in this scene. I think I did watch this movie. Okay. We've got another animated card, another drawing to the rescue. We got a whale attacking a green eel, I think.
Yeah. Oh, don't forget to hide the rare. Like, it's the next card, right? Like, you're halfway through the pack.
Yeah.
You need to flip the whole thing around.
Yep.
Flip the whole thing around. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. You got it. We did it right.
A familiar sign. We got somebody in a boat saying hi to Willy. Cool off. Oh man, it's got like the Cool Runnings font too. Cool off.
Oh, even better.
Oh, and somebody falling into the water. That's cool. Saying goodbye. We got JTT looking out at the ocean. There's a seagull.
That's great.
Yeah.
Saying goodbye to Willy.
We got Willy's mom, but it's a picture of an old Inuit man and JTT. They're sharing a pair of binoculars between them.
And the rare is?
The rare is
it better be Willy.
Bring Up Baby. It's a picture. It's an animated picture of a woman and a dolphin, and the dolphin is eating a fish and ignoring the woman. And then we got our pop-up here. And once again, we have the Bionicle villain, the man with a sweet cyborg eye and also apparently a cyborg arm.
Yeah, because that also sounds, to be fair, like 1995. Like, in a nutshell, Free Willy 2, it's a sequel.
Yeah.
We need nuclear waste and, like, bionics in humans, and they have to be the bad guys.
Okay. So, if you're at home, let me know if there was ever an animated series, because they're clearly just stills from a motion picture from 95 or 96 of Free Willy 2. And then there's also stills from what appears to be a cartoon show I've never heard of, possibly by the name of Free Willy 2. But like, the cartoon show clearly has this like character evil man with a bionicle eye and green eels and stuff. So
there
learning a lot.
Absolutely is a Free Willy animated TV show.
learn something new every day. You can watch that while you're painting your minis.
Animated television show inspired by the 1993 film of the same name. It's produced by Warner Brothers. It looks a lot like a Warner Brothers show.
Yeah. See, 93, you got Jurassic Park, you got Free Willy, you got apparently the cartoon for Free Willy.
Free Willy came out in 94, or this animated show did.
Okay.
The movie came out in 93.
Yeah, so I only got the one foil, and it's the close-up of the fake eye on it.
I mean, it's not like it says Willy on the front of it, but like a foil version of an orca in a Free Willy collectible card set feels like a win. I'm just going to say you got it. You got that.
Yeah, I'm going to feel good.
Does it get better than a shiny whale card in that set?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, get them while they're hot. Like, these are going to start flying off the shelves.
Yeah. Well, now that you've told people where they are and how much they are, of course they are.
Only $1 each? What a deal. What a steal. Yeah.
I need you to go back to that store.
Casey, no.
See if... Casey. No.
Casey, we have contempt for our audience, but not that much.
I just want to see if they have anything else.
I looked.
It's even close. You did. Of course you did.
There's like a Dick Tracy card pack. There were a couple other box of trading cards that were clearly old. Yeah.
Defunct trading card sets.
Yeah. But Free Willy 2 was the obvious winner of what they had available
obviously, today. Yeah. Like, at least Dick Tracy will probably be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But like Free Willy, I mean, you can't go wrong there.
Yeah. So they did not have a lot of miniatures at that store. They had a couple of Nolzers, Marvelous minis, a couple of pre-painted D&D things. They had 2 paint sets. One was like a smaller speed paint set, and one was a small GW Learn to Paint Space Marine set.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean,
kind of a neat little store. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think we used to have a store kind of like that in town, and they didn't have any miniature painting stuff. They were just basically like, I guess we're in the Funko Pop game now, and then now they're out of business. They're not around anymore. So
yeah.
I
don't know. It's worth it if you have any nerdy game, toy, collectible stores in your area. Yeah, go check them out. You might be surprised. You might get something good or not.
You never know. Man,
you never know what you're gonna get.
I used to go to San Francisco a lot, and that was one of my favorite things. Like, down the street from my aunt's house was just this like slew of like anime stores, right? And in all the windows were just all of these figures, like pre-painted generally. And that was always like, every time we went there, I'm like, can we go to the comic book store? I don't even think it was a comic book store, but like that was in my head. You know, I was pretty young. And I still have the stuff that I've purchased from that store. Like, it's still pretty awesome. Like, I got some like Japanese Final Fantasy 9 figures, which are like pretty small actually. Like a Final Fantasy 10 one, and then like a big printed like knockoff poster, you know, like a cloth one, and a bunch of I know they had Pokemon cards for sure. So that was like my source, you know. Go to San Francisco, go to the not comic book shop and buy trading cards and just nerdy video game crap.
Nice.
But yeah, stores like that, definitely really awesome.
Yeah, you'll learn something new. Like, I am legitimately happy to know about these character cases, and
that is cool. Yeah,
and I've at least crossed off the store as like one that might have, I don't know, cool figures. Seems like they probably won't have cool figures, but I'll check it out in a year or so. You never know. You
never know. I mean, yeah, in a year, like Warner Brothers might have given up those Free Willy 3 TCG cards. So. Yeah, the nice thing about Free Willy 2 trading cards is that you got assets from a couple of movies, a full cartoon show. It's pretty nuts. Yeah, the Free Willy 1
cards, not a lot to work with, honestly. But
Right. You kind of have like that picture of the kid putting his hand up, almost getting crushed by a whale as it jumps.
I was hoping for that. Yeah. The picture where the whale is jumping over a lot of rocks and the kid is standing on the rocks, and the kid and the whale are both in mortal danger.
Yes, exactly. It's not good for anybody.
The insurance they must have had to film that scene. Yeah. This was like CGI was not so good back then. That some sort of
we're talking 93
shot where the rocks weren't there.
I feel like a whale wouldn't have been so bad. Yeah, composite shot. Yeah, maybe something like that. Like those rocks didn't exist, and it was just a blue foamy wall.
Yeah. And they just starved the whale until they got it to jump finally. And
now you really got to wonder, like, how terrible. Is the
movie? The movie makes a good point. Like keeping whales in captivity is pretty messed up. So
how'd you get
even
the
without
guys?
the cartoon villains?
Well, that's the thing, right? It's like, are you just trying to redirect something? You just throwing in that bit of misdirection for everyone. Like, yes, no, it's nuclear waste because it's 1994 and it's clearly nuclear waste.
Well, we'll see if we can get that cartoon show on Netflix, and if not, we'll see what bottom of the barrel streaming service retains the rights to that cartoon show.
I mean, if it's Warner Brothers, right, then it might be on HBO.
Old Max.
Yeah, it might be. You never know. I'm not gonna find it. I'm not gonna look it up.
Well, let us know. You, how's your pool table doing, Casey? You got any news on your pool table?
I kind of do, a little bit. It is officially completely set up. I put everything together, and I got all the pockets like nailed in because you had to like hammer the pockets into the wood and everything. So that looks pretty nice. I've played half a game of pool, and yeah, it's got board game stuff on top of it, and there was like I must have been like 150 piece puzzle that was put together on top of it. So it's doing its job, you know. It's a couple of board games and puzzles. Like that feels like a step in the right direction, and yeah, I feel pretty good about it. It's got a ping pong table too. Just flip the top over because it's got like a dining top on top of it. And then you flip it and it's ping pong, and you take them off and it's a pool table.
That makes a lot more sense than just a billiards table, pool table.
100%. Yeah. Well, considering I was bringing like an 8x4 piece of plywood in to set on top of the pool table to actually fit, because it was a 7-foot table, but the play area was like 5 3/4 or whatever. So yeah, I had to put the board on top of the pool table. So it was basically just a really glorified sawhorse. And that was it. Yeah, but I'm pretty happy with it. Pool table's good. It's not going anywhere now. It's upstairs, and I can't take it downstairs.
There you go. 4 years of Paint Bravely, the podcast, and this is what we've got.
Back.
We're back. We are so back. Yeah.
It's too good, man. It doesn't feel like 4 years.
Time flies.
It really does.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting videos.
Yeah, we started right around the time of the pandemic. The pandemic was 2020 the pandemic? Yeah,
very, very much so. It's the dumpster fire year, 2020.
Okay. Yeah, we started like a week before the pandemic started, didn't we? Okay. All right. Yeah, it's been a weird 4 years. Yeah. But we're still here. We're still here.
Yeah. That's true. Still talking about Free Willy 2.
All right. I only have one word written in my notes of things to talk about. So you better, what do you got, Casey? We'll save that one.
I'm glad you brought those packs. I wasn't expecting that. He didn't tell me. Okay. He didn't tell me that was happening. So yeah, it's a good surprise. Let's see. I have been painting some Warhammer. Well, a Warhammer mini. I've had this model in my collection for probably almost 4 years at this point, which is also weird. I made a series of videos that long ago talking about a corn army that I bought for, it was like $90, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they had some awesome stuff in it, like a ton of models, and they were very terribly done. Like, somebody had painted them fine, somebody else got them and then tried to strip them, which, and I'm pretty sure they dunked them in like nail polish remover, so the paint started to melt and it started to cut through, and some of the plastic started to melt, and I think they just like washed them off with water and put them in a drawer. So now I have them, and I dubbed them, especially at the time, and they still are, the worst models I've ever purchased on eBay. And that's just not even an exaggeration. They're so bad. And I've had this one model left over, this Slaughter Priest, which is a really cool model. He's like this dude with a cool looking sword, and he's holding like this ball and chain looking thing he's gonna, mace people with or whatever. And it's atrocious. And it took me, I think, at 20 minutes for each cycle, like 10 or 11 cycles in the sonic cleaner to get 70% of the paint off, because like the plastic had melted with it, so it was like baked in. Yeah, it's not good. So
you're going to get those crisp details back out, or how's that?
So
going?
I had to shift my thinking, right? Because at first I'm like, okay, well, I fixed the other ones, even though they're still, some of them look like like a shoulder pad's kind of melted into the body kind of thing, or like the head's a little, they don't look right. So I've shifted my thinking to go, okay, well, how do you like paint to accentuate these things, or not necessarily accentuate, but like make it part of the story, right?
They're a mutant.
Yeah, exactly. We often tell ourselves, especially if you're doing kit bashing or converting, like you make up the story that goes along with the reasoning, right? In reality, we just thought it looked cool. That's really what happens. But if you do that and then you paint it to have that story in mind, like you have that in mind, then it can make more sense, right? So like there's a bunch of pitting and spotting and like bumps and weird crap all over the dude. So like I let airbrush stuff just overspray, and then I painted some of that in, and did some like underpainting with different colors to make it look kind of gross or bruised or whatever, and like it ended up pretty good.
Okay,
I'm actually pretty happy with it. I don't think this will ever show up on camera, but I'm pretty stoked.
There he is.
Yeah,
you could have done tar monster, blood golem. Like you could have really
would have been good. Yeah. It gone drippy.
You could have gone drippy. Yeah. But hey, if you're able to actually make a humanish looking chaos slaughter priest, there you go.
I think if you were to see it, you wouldn't know. But if you started to look at it up close, like the way I ended up framing it was like, as a game piece, it doesn't matter at all. Like we can 3D print something dumb and have it stand in for something, and as long as everyone's on the same page, nobody cares. So at least it looks like a slaughter priest from the same army, and it's like,
it's got the silhouette. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. It's actually one of the better models that came out of like early Age of Sigmar too. A lot of the like the big like corn dudes that have like the bones kind of growing out of their skin and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're just the right level of design, I guess. Like they're not overly done. They're not too little so you're bored. So it's good. And I'm pretty happy with that. But that's mostly what I've been working on. Yeah. That's pretty much it, actually.
Okay. Okay. I've got one thing on my notes here. Yeah. And the word, not an English word, but the word is gnomes, spelled with a K. Last time we talked about that Enviro Games company that's put out Novus Malum, and I got on to working on my gnomes. And
so you did the other half of that box.
Yep. Not done with them yet, but I decided human skin colors, but like a sweet teal jade hair color. A lot of the box art had it with blue skin, like looking a little bit Smurf-like. but like,
Yeah.
Smurfs with a hard edge, because they got
That's
a lot of mutton chops, a lot of goatees, a lot of sweet mohawks. So they're cool. I mean, they're like little dudes. They've got little dudes with spears and bows and stuff, and like hatchets.
Mhm.
And they kind of look like gnomes, except mutton chops, goatees, mohawks, and
It sounds
I really
like a
like
good
the faces
mix
on these guys.
of like, they're not dwarves because you just painted those, but they're different. They're gnomes. Yeah.
Gnomes.
No, that's cool.
From Knarlwood. Yeah.
Yeah. For what's the game called?
Yeah. Novus Malum.
Novus Malum. Yeah, that was what I was going to say. I forgot the name of the game.
Yeah, no, it's their fault for starting with an N. Yeah, you could always put a K in front of an N. Always.
Apparently you can. You put a G in front of it too. That makes sense.
Absolutely, you can.
Yeah.
I don't think that was as long as a topic starter as was the free Willy 2-packs. I think I was just like, I've been painting gnomes. What about it?
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. We've been painting models for quite some time and talking about them and recording them. And like, I don't feel like I'm running out of models.
No, they make models so fast these days.
Yeah.
Someone was emailing me today about Fallout models. I keep seeing on social media Star Trek models. I'm falling behind on my Star Trek models.
Yeah, you gotta get that. You gotta get that set out. What are you doing? I actually found those in the store the other day.
Did you?
I was this close to picking up that set too.
Was it the one with the Borg? Or
yeah, the starter with the Klingons
set,
and the Borg, right?
This is Away Missions by Gale Force 9.
Yeah. I was so close to getting it. I didn't, because I honestly don't think I'll ever open it. And
it's a collector's item.
Yeah, maybe, because it'll be discontinued in 6 months.
It kind of has that feel, but hey.
Yeah. I mean, Gale Force 9,
play,
to be
play
fair,
the
odds puts
on
a lot of
things.
games out. So
yeah,
they might just be like, yep, that's the thing. That's where it lives, and that's what it is.
Yeah, I saw a Kickstarter for EVE Online board game.
Are they doing that one?
No, Titanforge was associated with
really?
It was the Titanforge Instagram handle doing sponsored content for an EVE Online game. So I'm not sure what the relationship is there, but
yeah, that's strange.
But
it
was like the ships. Yeah, it was the ships from EVE Online, and unfortunately, it was the larger ships. Like many people, I tried EVE Online for a little while. I got up to the small, cheap frigates, and some of those are the most classic designs. But it seems like whatever the game is more focused on like the larger ships. So like I definitely recognized a lot of the battleships from that game, but I didn't see the frigates. I was really hoping for the Minmatar Rifter. It's like a kind of a catamaran. It's like a dual hull, and if you saw it, even if you never played the game, you'd be like, I saw that starship before. I know what that is. I think I may just have to 3D print myself some Rifters and paint those up.
I mean, they're probably out there, to be fair.
Almost certainly. Almost certainly. Yeah.
Like for free on, Thingiverse or whatever.
I'm pretty sure, I think I downloaded those 3 years ago and never did anything with them. But yeah, I think they're out there.
Oh, man. There's a lot of that. Over the last 4 years, there's a lot of that. Like downloading a ton of files. I mean, in the last 4 years, I think we both didn't have 3D printers and then had 3D printers.
Something like that. Yeah.
Pretty sure, yeah. So it's just kind of nuts. Like even in that short of a period of time, how much that's become so important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3D printing used to be really fringe.
Yeah.
And the 3D printer companies reached out to every YouTube channel with more than 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And just started sending people 3D printers. And I think that's probably the most important example of influencer marketing in this niche.
Probably. I mean, considering
these
how
companies
many...
just being like, take this.
Yeah.
And it helps that it actually is pretty dang cool.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like there's enough
useful.
people holding that industry accountable, I guess. I mean, they're actually giving feedback in videos. They're not holding back. They're not just being like, oh, yeah, it's great. It's, whatever. Like, there are channels dedicated to being like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's hugely important and probably a big part of why things are improving. Like, they get a lot of feedback just as companies making something. I mean, that's probably more than most companies get in an average, year.
Fair. Yeah, there are some good channels for that out there. I mean, my experience was I basically figured out how to use the printer and I'd be like, yeah, seems good, I guess. I don't know. Like I got some minis out of it. Here's the minis. This is what they look like.
Yeah.
And in terms of influencer marketing, that's probably the category that I was like least responsible about because like I didn't know enough to give good feedback, but there's the minis. It works. I've got them now.
I mean, I feel like that's fine. Like that's how most people are going to use the machine, right?
Yeah.
Like, was it easy to do or was it not easy to do?
Easy to do for the first few months until something weird happens. And who knows?
You got some resin on your screen or you had to replace the FEP or something.
Oh, yeah.
Ridiculous. Yeah. I've replaced a few FEPs in my day.
Yeah.
Every time.
It's here to stay, that 3D printing. You can print yourself some EVE Online battleships if you want. Or there's a Kickstarter out for EVE Online.
Yeah.
Something.
Speaking of Kickstarter, I got an email from Mantic the other day. Nothing official, just their standard email. But I saw that they were doing a new Kickstarter. I think it's, by the time this episode goes out, I think it'll have like 3 or 4 days left. If that's something you're interested in. It's basically Epic 40K, but Mantic's version. But they're calling it Epic, which is kind of weird.
It's a common word.
It is. Yeah. No, it is.
Yeah, it's epic. It's sweet. Yeah.
It's epic. Epic Warpath. I thought it was pretty cool though. It's a little bit different. It's 12 millimeter, and I think the GW one's like 6.
Maybe.
It's tiny.
Yeah.
But 12 feels like almost usable. Like personally, I like 15. I think 15 is the sweet spot for teeny tiny minis.
Mm-hmm.
And those, like, they're still a little bit bigger, but 12, I mean, I think you can get away with that, especially like there's a bunch of tanks and stuff. But I mean, that Kickstarter is like at $250,000 right now. Like, it's doing good for a game like that. So I just thought it was interesting. And they're doing STLs along with like normal hard plastic kits. And I'm not sure if they've done STLs before.
Yeah, I looked at some of the pictures, and there's some cool looking tanks and stuff in there. I didn't get any good zoom ins on the infantry, but the tank, like outlines, profiles, silhouettes look pretty sweet.
Yeah. No, it looks like a good mix of things that are like big enough to like you pick up and move, and it feels like probably satisfying in some way. Yeah, I don't know. Like, just being 12 millimeter, I'm kind of interested in it. I mean, I've had issues with Mantic stuff, more recently, although I was probably a bit harsh about it because, whatever.
Well, but you spent all day trying to put together rats and you were disappointed in your rats. Like, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah.
But it is what it is, I'm also simultaneously talking about this melted corn model being like, it's good enough. So,
look, I can tell what it is. Not bad.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But at 12 millimeter, like, that might be a fun thing to paint. So I'm hoping, I mean, I assume it'll be coming out at some point normally to buy boxes and stuff. So yeah, I'm kind of, I have higher hopes for that because 12 mil is squishy already.
Yep.
So it's like, it's fine. Yep. It's supposed to be squishy.
As long as it's not too many pieces per model. And I mean, if there's a big gap on a 12 millimeter model,
like, come on, guys. You had one job here. They're so tiny. Yeah. I mean, I have printed out 12 millimeter models that were multi-part. Like, on purpose, like, I scaled stuff down, multi-part kits. And that is a weird experience. Like you need like some tweezers to put on an arm, you know?
Yeah.
It's oddly satisfying to just like, you really do need those like glasses. You get up there and like, yes, now he has a sword arm and he's got a little backpack. Yeah. You know, you're really getting in there.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So Kickstarters are good. Yeah.
Yeah. I missed one for Tabletop World, put out some new cottages.
Oh no.
And I missed their Kickstarter, but that means I can just buy the cottages later because that's how they do things. But oh well, we'll get it next time.
Now that you have them all, you might as well. Yeah.
Oh, we're on the lookout for. There's going to be Cursebreaker coming from Relic Blade, Sean Sutter, Metal King Studios. Soon, Cursebreaker. Right? I think in the next month or two. Yeah, I think that's on the horizon. I think he's got the minis ready. I've been seeing, Malev painting them. I think I might have seen like Jamie Daggers painting one. I don't know. I think
makes sense. Yeah,
I've seen the minis around, and I'm told an Adepticon for the first ever speed painting competition for Relic Blade at Adepticon is going to have some of the new models
that's pretty exciting
for the Cursebreaker. Yeah. So.
We're going to do that, right? We should do that.
Well, I'm a judge, so I might have to recuse myself if you're there. But actually, I won't know which mini's yours. Yeah.
That's fair.
Or the one with the melted face. That'll be like,
oh yeah, thanks.
I don't like the melted face, but I do like Casey. So
right, it's fine.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I still haven't gotten my Kickstarter from Sean for the last one.
Ooh.
Yeah. We talked to him about that.
Well, yeah, we'll hunt him down. We'll have a little chat with him at Adepticon. Yeah.
Give him a call.
Yeah. Yeah, Adepticon's coming up, huh? So that's a month away.
Very soon.
Yeah. I am not very far along on my Crystal Demon piece, so we'll see if that happens. Yeah. My Crystal Castle's not coming along very well there, so we'll I've got more than a year for Adepticon 2025, so I've got a good feeling about
that.
Fair. Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. You got time.
Plenty of time, all the time in the world.
No, I started painting stuff for Golden Demon, and I have stuff that I could put it in now. It certainly won't do anything. Not that I was expecting anything to do anything anyways, but it'll be there, and I wouldn't be too sad about it. But I painted one model, and I have a bunch of 3D printed stuff and a bunch of Conquest stuff sitting on my desk, not built or put together. But I bought like 6 display bases and plinths because that was super important.
Someday you're going to make some minis look pretty good. Pop a Slaughter Priest on there and
I'll just throw this guy on there. I mean, to be fair, it's a pretty good paint job. I'm not going to lie. Right? Looks pretty good. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how people find time for that amount of work.
It's a major part of the hobby for them. It's what they like to do or find some fulfillment in. I don't know if it's what they always like to do, but it's part of who they are as a hobbyist.
Yeah. I don't know. I started building them and I'm like, oh, I can't.
This is a lot. Yeah.
I should have bought these used, but that's a risk. Although the Golden Demon model is a used model. So this will be the second year that I put a used model into the case.
Mm-hmm.
So
how's eBay doing for Conquest models these days?
You know what? The last time I looked, it was better. It is getting better. I'm actually very happy with where it's at right now. Like from last year, like Adepticon last year, like literally talking to the Adepticon people about it. And it's like, there's 20, maybe 25 listings total per conquest. Now, I'd say at least 100. There might be more. I haven't looked in probably 2 or 3 months, but yeah, it's getting better. A lot more people are switching things out. I feel like Parabellum's putting out more models too. Like a new army just announced like 2 days ago. Like a whole new army. So like they're getting stuff out and it's looking pretty cool. Like they did like a whole Roman legions looking thing that's rad, and they got those like minotaurs and whatnot.
Yeah, the Greek hoplites and stuff. Greek hoplites, except there's not steampunk, but there's like weird devices and machines attached to them. Yeah.
Oh man, I was way off. 475 results for Parabellum's Conquest. That's a lot better than 25. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Now some of that, might be like new stock from some of these game stores.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to search by used, and even then, you got to make sure it's not just a pre-owned box. That's just a reselling of a box. That's just
true.
Yeah,
okay.
Third-party thing.
Okay. So currently there are 51 results for used. It's still better. It's still double.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot better for sure.
And I have seen it go higher. Oh my God! See, now I'm literally looking right now, and I just found this Dwegholm Herald of Fire. It's combat ready, $15.
Is that the painting level? Not pro painted, but combat ready.
Combat ready.
Like that.
It sounds like it. It sounds like
Dude,
what do you?
That's a good core phrase for a YouTube title. Combat ready paint job. Like, get that.
Yeah. That's
Maybe
about where
already
this paint
done that
job is
before.
too. They might have. I mean, it seems
Combat
like
ready.
low hanging fruit, honestly, but I don't know if I've ever heard that before.
Yeah. I saw someone use the word semi-pro in a YouTube title today. I didn't click on it, but I was like, yeah, nice.
Semi-pro.
Like painted. Semi-pro paint job on whatever.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's good.
It might have been like a Dice Heads mini or something, but I don't know. Maybe next time I'll click on it. Next time you can click on it.
Next time. Man, some of these models on here are still the ones that were on here a year ago. They have lowered the price. They really are, though. I mean, yeah. I mean, some of these dwarfs, they used to be like $70. Now they're $40. I mean, it's getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you know what you got to do.
I mean, I need to buy it all, like right now. This dwarf, I think I might buy this guy.
One-click shopping. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this is a good podcast content. We're shopping on eBay, and
I didn't mean to.
If you want, I can start reading a codex to you, Casey. Like,
I mean, it depends on the codex. Okay.
I don't think I have anything printed in the last 4 years, but
then it's probably a good codex. Got him.
Show you some pictures. Like,
yeah. Look, you're the one that brought Free Willy 2 into this, okay?
Yeah. I'm gonna go silent over here while I'm like making a collage out of like Free Willy 2 cards.
Yeah. That's what you should do. You just get like a fluorescent, like cardstock paper.
Mm-hmm.
And some like glitter paint, and you make that collage, and you stick that shiny Free Willy in the middle.
Yeah, that's a winner right there.
That's got to be the card, right?
Some of the backs of these cards are pretty good. Can you locate the 7 differences in these 2 pictures? That's amazing, and their pictures are super tiny. I need to get
the answer is
a magnifying glass. All right, this is going to keep me busy for a while, so we might want to wrap this one up here, Casey.
Yeah, you want to wrap this up? You don't want to go into more detail? You
got any other bangers?
I had a list, but that's fine. That is fine.
I don't think we're going to get to your list, Casey.
No, I really want to play this Free Willy game. I think we need to hop into like Tabletop Simulator and
I don't think this is a game. This is serious collectibles.
Yeah. I'm going to make it a game. You need to pay something.
It's a picture. 2 pictures. Spot the 7 differences in the pictures. I don't think the answers are printed anywhere. Someone could drive themselves
even
crazy.
Better. There's no differences. Those are the best kind of puzzles.
95 is not everybody had the internet in their home in 1995. Like that was a couple of years later, and even so, I'm not sure if they would have put the key to such a sweet brain teaser like
not
this.
Not back then.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
Games had integrity back then.
Yeah. God. I think you just... All right. Thank you again for joining us on another episode of Paint Bravely. If you enjoyed this podcast, please help us out by leaving us a review on iTunes, subscribing to the YouTube channel, and sharing this message with your hobby friends. And as always, we appreciate each and every one of you for listening, and we will talk to you next time.
Talk to you next time. Willy's brother is named Little Spot. Oh, there it is. Oh, I think... No, it's Willy.